Ladies and gentlemen, let's sit back, get your pens out, your notepads out. Let's take some notes here. Last week, our speaker talked about what? Consistency is everything. He talked about consistency, consistency, consistency is everything. And he says most people, they stop and start. You guys take good notes on that. And most people run away from the work that need to be done. And he says you must learn how to remove your feelings from what you do in this business. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Regional Vice President. I don't know if he's in Houston, Texas, or he's in Florida, or maybe he might be in Baltimore. But let's give a warm welcome to our guest speaker, the one and only Mr. Shakeel Cooper.
Thank you. I feel it's good to be on the call, and I am in another state. As you guys know, I'm always shaking and moving. But I do want to thank you again, Mr. Thomas, for inviting me on the call today to just share my experience and the things I've learned throughout my journey. I'm very excited. In less than 2 weeks will be my 11th year of being involved in this amazing company. So I can't wait to celebrate. And for the people on the call, again, you have Mr. Thomas on the call. This guy is very phenomenal. He's been able to train people on how to become successful many, many times. And the people that follow his leadership are the individuals that go out there and have the success because he have the experience and he have been able to see everything that you can do right to get to the top of the company. And he can also tell you all the things to not do so that way you can get to the top of the company. So again, I want to thank you again, Mr. Thomas, for just always being phenomenal. And today I want to talk about a few different tips. I'm going to give you guys a few different tips. And for the people on the call who don't know who I am, like Mr. Thomas did say, my name is Shakeel Cooper. I got involved in this amazing company almost 11 years ago with no business background, working at Applebee's while attending college. Close friend of mine showed me the opportunity. I got started on the spot. It made a lot of sense. Went out there, built the business, had a lot of ups, had a lot of downs. But what I never did was I never quit and I never gave up when those tough times came. In 11 years now, I've been able to build an amazing business in many, many different states. But more importantly, we've been able to go out there and help a lot of people have success. So if you're taking notes today, I'm going to give you some tips on how to build a successful business in 2024. And the number one thing I want to talk about right now is using social media smartly. Remember, using social media smartly. One of the things I've been able to do really since I was young was utilize social media. A lot of people don't understand the power of social media. You have an app that you can now reach people all across the world. And if you just utilize social media properly, you can build an amazing business. You can use different apps like Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook. Instead of being on social media talking about politics, you should talk about opportunities. I tell people 3 things to never talk about on social media. Number 1 is race. Number 2, religion. And then number 3, politics. You want to stay away from those things on social media. Yes, you have your opinion, but guess what? Nobody cares about your opinion. And all it's going to make your business do is suffer once you start talking about those things because everybody has their opinion. So, for example, with me on social media, I don't talk about those things. I just share motivation. And I just show people I'm out there growing and having success and I'm helping people in the process. So just use your social media smartly. And I promise you, it's going to help grow your business phenomenally. Number 2, you want to lead with value, not with product or services. So when you're talking to people, you want to talk to people about the value, what this opportunity can do for their family. There's people that they might want to make some extra money so that they can take care of their kids. They can go to the soccer games on the weekend. Or it might just be some people that they just want extra free time. So you want to lead with the value. As we all know, there's 4 different personality traits. There's a whale, there's a dolphin, there's an urchin, and there's a shark. So for a shark, those are people that's money motivated. So people that's money motivated, you talk about money with them. People that's whale, you want to talk about helping people, talk about how we give back to the community, how we feed the kids and things like that, right? Then you have people that want to know a lot of information. The urchin, we have a plethora of information on the website and on our back offices. And then you have the dolphins, the people that like to have fun. You want to talk about the events, right? Because the events are everything. Talk about how great of a great weekend they'll have if they go to the events. And we also have Saturday trainings, right? We can agree Saturday training is an event. So you always want to be excited and use the different personality traits for different people because not everyone is motivated by the same thing. Me, for example, I want you to talk to me about the money. I want to know about the money. I'm everything else also, but I want to know about the money first. That's what got me excited about getting started in the opportunity, right? Number 3, develop personal relationships. You don't want to treat people. You ever been out shopping in the mall and then like the salespeople just trying to sell you? People don't like to be sold. And a lot of times when people are trying to recruit people, you're trying to sell them on why they should do the opportunity instead of just developing that personal relationship. Get their phone number and say, hey, what's your Instagram? What I like to do is I like to ask people for their Instagram. Just think about it, right? Even as a guy, it's so funny, but nowadays I'd rather ask a female for her Instagram before I ask for her number, because most people will willingly give you that social media before they give you that number, because you haven't built that rapport. You haven't built that relationship. So always ask for their social media, and then from there, build that relationship, and then share the opportunity. Don't, as soon as you meet someone, you just throw up, I do ACN and this is this and it's like, oh, don't slow up. You want to build the relationship, right? It's always about building relationships, strong connections with different prospects, right? Number 4, stay consistent. We talked about that last week. Stick to a daily action plan for prospecting, follow-up, and team development. Meaning that every single day, you have to be going out there and prospecting, number 1, following up with people that you already talked to. And then number 3, team development. What is that? That means that you should be talking to your team on a daily basis. You should not be going a long period of time without talking to your team, right? The next one, offer personal testimonies. Testimonials are everything. Why? Because when people share their story, other people can relate to their story. So you want to share a story. You don't want to tell facts. You want to share stories. When people hear my story, broke college kid working at Applebee's, used to attend Morgan State University, saw the ACN opportunity at 20 years old, had a lot of success, haven't worked a job since November 2013. That's an amazing story if you ask me, because again, I don't know how many people haven't worked a job in almost 11 years. So it's a great story for people that's motivated, saying, hey, if this young guy can do it, I can do it. It's not always about how much money you make, but just think about it, the time freedom. I know some people that they might get a week off of work, and it's like, it feels like the best vacation of their life, right? But guess what? That's my reality every day. Which one would you choose? The reality or just a quick vacation, right? So I always try to inspire people, hey, listen, get your time back. It's not always about the money, but just get your time back, because the time is something that you can get back, and it's your most valuable asset, right? Then again, attend events. Attend events and attend the webinars. Attend all of the events. Listen, when I went to school, the only reason why I graduated high school, middle school, elementary school, and I dropped out of college, but I passed. I had good grades. I had like a 3.4 GPA when I dropped out of college. And the only reason why I was able is because I never missed a day of school. I went to school every day. I was never that kid that never went to school. I went to school, right? Listen, the teacher can't fail you for trying. Even when I didn't know the answers, I always raised my hand. Always raised my hand. And guess what? I always passed. Always passed, because you can't fail somebody for trying. Most people are just scared to even try. So if you go out there every day and you just talk to 10 people, listen, 2 out of the 10 people might do the business with you. 1 might become a customer. But if you don't talk to anyone, then you're not going to get any customers. And then guess what? You're not going to get any business partners. Again, the next one, train and empower your team. Provide mentorship and resources to help your team succeed. Meaning that if you're a leader, then you got to read. Most people don't read. Most people never even picked up a book. I tell people all the time, put down the bear and pick up a book. And the reason why, because you can't train or lead no one if you have nothing to offer. Because you're the leader, right? What are you listening to on a daily basis? What are you watching? Most people, they wake up in the morning and the first thing they listen to is the news. They come home from work, what they listen to the news. And before they go to bed at night, guess what they listen to? The news. So they don't have nothing to talk about but what's going on in the news. I don't even know what's going on in the world. I barely check the weather, because I'm not trying to be focused on all of because guess what? There's nothing but distractions going on. And most people are distracted. But if you take that same time, energy into putting into things that's going to help you grow, just think about it, right? When's the last time you invested into a mentor? When's the last time you purchased a new book? When's the last time you watched a documentary? When's the last time you took an hour training a day? Every single day, I'm feeding my mind things that's going to help me become a better person. It's all about growing every single day. If you're not growing, then guess what? You know what it means. So again, you got to train and empower your team every single day. The next one, track and adjust. Measure your performance regularly and adjust different strategies to optimize your growth. Meaning that everything's not going to work all the time. For example, we used to do a lot of 6:30, 8:30s, right? And then when COVID came around, guess what? We had to go online and start doing Zoom webinars, right? But now you can do both. See, everything is not always going to work at the same time, but guess what? You can now grow your business all across the world using Zoom, or you can still pull up at people's homes and share the opportunity. But you got to understand that you have to adjust. We choose to do both. And the reason why we choose to do both, because why use one tool when we can use all of the tools that we already have in place? So as long as you use the tools, you will have success. The next step is focus on long-term relationships. Build trust and loyalty over time rather than pushing for the sale right away, trying to recruit them right away, trying to get them to sign up for things right away. No, build the relationships. Because what I tell people all the time is that relationships is worth more than money. Because what I've been able to do throughout my career, I just build relationships. So I've been able to get into doors and rooms just based upon the relationship that I had with other individuals. But what that comes with is come with you being a person of, number one, integrity. Do you have integrity? Most people don't have integrity, right? Most people will do anything for some money, right? I'm not that person. I love money, but I won't do just anything for money. But when I got involved in an opportunity like ACN, you didn't have to convince me to go out there and build this business because you already pay bills. See, what I understood about what we did was so simple because I didn't have to convince people. Just think about it. Who in here by the show of hands paid the bill this month? A gas and electricity bill, a phone bill. We pay bills, right? So why do you feel it's very hard or complicated to talk to people about things that they go to work for to pay every single day? Do you know that every single day somebody pays a bill? And you know that every single day you can be getting paid off of those bills? We've been able to acquire thousands of customers, thousands of business partners that we get paid on every single month. And you can do the same thing, but you have to go out there and do the work. Most people are just scared to do the work. You can't be scared to do the work because if you do the work, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get results. But it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of consistency, and it's not going to happen overnight. So many times people always ask this question, how long is it going to take? How long is it going to take? I tell people this, doing what you do right now, how long is it going to take for you to retire at your job? Most people won't get a chance to retire. Do you know that most people nowadays, there's no such thing as Social Security? Look at inflation. You got to do something. I'm so happy that I started a business 11 years ago instead of waiting for the world to be what it is now to say, man, I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to start going out there and changing my life. You should have changed your life 10 years ago. You know, when they said the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. But you also want to know when is the next best time to plant a tree? Today. Because 20 years is going to pass by anyway. You can restart your business today. You could be a brand new person today. But if you're not willing to do the work, if you're not willing to put in the consistency, then guess what? You're just wasting your time. And that's your most valuable asset that you should put towards doing something that you actually love instead of saying, you know what? I want this opportunity, but I'm not willing to do the work. You got to put in the work. It's a lot of work, but everything's a lot of work. Because if it was easy, then everybody would do it. And everyone can do it, but not everyone will do it because most people are not willing to do the little things over and over every single day. When you look at all these great people like Michael Jordan, you look at LeBron James, you look at like Tom Brady, just anybody that's at the top of what they do. They've been doing it every single day for many, many, many years. It didn't just happen overnight. But we live in a microwave society where people want to start a business today and they want to get rich tomorrow. It's not going to work that way. See, people don't see the everyday hard work and dedication. It takes a lot of work. And I always relate to everything because how you do one thing is how you do everything. It's like being in the gym. I have a high respect for people that's in the gym because it's like, man, every day. But guess what? You got to do it every day. You want to build a business? Build it every day. And then one day, it becomes easy. At first, it used to be hard in the gym. I used to be sore. I don't even get sore no more because I've done it so many times over and over. It's all about consistency. Everything leads back to consistency. No matter what you do, if you do it consistent over a long period of time, you can get great at it because everything that we do is a skill. Everyone can learn it. That's the best part about it. It's a skill. When I got started in AC and I was a college dropout, no business background, I didn't know anything about network marketing. I never even heard about it before. But they said that we're going to train you. If you just come to all of the trainings and you follow the system, which is save yourself time, energy, and money, and you do it over a period of time, you will have success. So while most people was trying to figure out shortcuts on how to get to the top, I say, you know what? I'm going to just do it every day. I didn't take no shortcuts. And that's why 11 years later, I'm still here. Most people that I started with 11 years ago, they done been in 4 or 5 different companies. Now they're out of the industry. I've been in one company, 11 years. Not too many people can say that. Why? Because they took the shortcuts. I didn't take the shortcut. So you got to go out there and build the business every single day. And by just doing the work, you're going to have success. There's no secret. There's no sauce. That's why I stopped doing, the trainings and showing you the slides and all that stuff. Because, yeah, it looks good. But if you're not willing to do the work, why does it matter? It all comes down to the work. Are you willing to do the work? If you're not willing to do the work, stop lying to yourself. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your mentor time. And go put that time into something that you really want to do. You might got a different type of, you might like playing volleyball. Go do that. But don't lie to yourself and say you want to change your life, and then you get on these calls and then you do nothing after you get excited, and guess what? That's it. You got fired up. We had a great call today, but you did nothing after the call. You got to be self-motivated. Nobody motivates me. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. I don't even sleep more than 6 hours. And guess what? I'm more energized than a person that probably slept for 10 hours. Because I know some people, they sleep all day, they watch TV, they do everything but the stuff that they're supposed to do. I do the stuff that needs to get done, which is what? Working on my business every day, working on my health. Listen, I told you guys the other day, if you don't have no energy, start working out. That's how you get energy. If you don't have no energy, then no one's going to follow you. Listen, people judge on the outside, the Lord judge on the inside. But if someone came up to me talking about being successful, I'm going to look at them and I'm going to be like, really? I don't care how much money you have. If you don't look like it, I'm not going to listen to you. And guess what? That's just human nature. I'm not judging anybody, but when I look at people that say they successful, they look good. You ever saw somebody that a guy and he wore a suit and it just fit, and he been in the gym? Just think about it. When he talk, people listen. But have you ever saw that other guy that got the suit from Burlington factory, is not tailored, and he's in front of the room talking about he owned his business? Yeah, it sounds great, but we're looking at you like, I don't believe you. Unless we know your track record, the average person is just not going to believe you. But that guy that's sharp and look like he got it going on, he could have just got started last week. But most people are going to listen to him because they can tell he's disciplined. He's going out there doing the things. And guess what? How you do one thing is how you do everything. I'm just telling you the secrets that I've learned throughout my journey. That's why I just do the hard things anyway. I don't like working out, but guess what? I love the way I look and I love the way I feel. And when I talk to people, guess what? They listen because they know that I am doing what I said I'm doing. It's that simple. People do what they see you do, not what you say. So just start doing one thing different. And it all leads back to your health. You'll get more energy. The reason why most people are not having success is because they're too tired. They work 8 hours and then they watch TV for 4 or 5 hours. And then they sleep the rest of the day. Of course you don't have no energy. Of course you don't want to talk to nobody. You're too tired. You stuff your face with junk food all day. You're just doing a bunch of unnecessary things and you wonder why you're not successful. Listen, the American population is lazy, and it's because of what you eat. Fast food all the time. You tired, you got the itis. Just think about it. Just walk through your neighborhood, look at the average person. And that's the reason why they're not successful, because you're tired. But you're tired from the food that you're eating. The junk. Listen, think about it, right? If you bought a Mercedes Maybach and you put regular gas in there, what do you think is going to happen to that car? It's going to stop working after a time, right? You got to put 93. Those type of cars, 93. You don't put regular gas in a foreign car. It just doesn't work. It's a reason, right? So why would you put foreign objects inside of your body and think that you're going to be going to your best level? Just think about it. It's not going to happen. That's really the secret right there. The reason why most people are not successful, because they lazy. They can't even eat right. If you can't eat right, how do you think you'll become successful? If you can't do the one thing, and guess what? Your body is something that you have to live in for the rest of your life. So I'm not judging nobody. I'm just telling you what I know work. That's why I get up and I work out every day. Listen, I eat healthy. I eat once a day. I eat 1 meal a day. 1 meal a day. Why? Because you don't need to eat 3 meals a day. Because you need energy. I learned this one thing from watching. It was like, the more you eat, the more your body got to work. And that's why you feel tired. It's some people, they wake up in the morning, they eat a big breakfast, and they're tired because you're not supposed to do that. When you wake up in the morning, you're supposed to eat a healthy fruit and drink water. Don't wake up in the morning and you got the bacon, you got the sandwiches, you got this. You just woke up. That's why you're tired. You don't have the energy. You got to have energy. When you're talking to people, when you're doing this business at a high level, you need to have energy so that you won't be tired. I don't even get tired. And it's because my diet, healthy diet. And guess what? Healthy diet, healthy business. It both correlates. I look at somebody's lifestyle, I can tell they're going to be successful or not just by the things that they do on a regular basis. I can just tell. Most people spend more money drinking than they do investing into their business. I know so many people, they'll go out on the weekend, have a ball, but you tell them to pay for $150 to go to a networking event. Oh, that's too much. But you just spend $200 in the club. It's people that's out there spending $600-800 in the club buying bottles that cost $30 at the corner store. It doesn't make sense. Just to look like they're having a good time. I'm not judging nobody. I'm just keeping it real. People do not invest into the things that they need, but they have no problem investing in things that they want. They go spend $600 on shoes and clothes and hair and all this extra stuff that it's not going to give you a return on your investment. But when someone tell you to invest in the things that's going to help you grow, you have an issue with it. What you do every single day is going to be the factor. If you're going to be successful, you're not going to be successful. It's all on you. It's all on you. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing for anybody on the call. I'm going to keep it real with you. I told people years ago when I transitioned, when I started saying, you know what, man, I'm gonna start eating healthy and not drinking and just, just being reckless with most people, they don't care about their 20s. You know, most people, man, you only live your 20s once. No, you don't. Because what you do in your 20s will set you up for the rest of your life. Because I didn't play in my 20s, I'm 31, but I feel like I'm 17. Like, I got more energy than kids in high school. Why? Because I take care of my health. Your health is your wealth. Look at Mr. Thomas. He look like he's what, 35? Because he take care of himself. Do you ever notice that the people at the top of the company that take care of themselves, the more money they make, the younger they look? Why? Because they invest. Just think about it. And most people, they say, man, I don't want to spend $20 for a healthy meal. So instead of, they say, you know what? I'm going to spend $10 and get more. But guess what? Quality over quantity. Most people are just, it's just mind-blowing that people don't understand how simple this life and success is. What you do on a daily basis will correlate where your life be. If you drink and you party all the time, you're going to live a life of what? Nothingness. You're going to live a life of regret. You're going to be like, man, you know how many people be like, man, I wish I was your age again. I would do it all over again. They regret. When people are when they get older, they regret that they didn't work on that business. They regret they didn't take their business serious. They regret that they didn't work out. They regret everything because guess what? You don't really care about your health until you're older, until you're in your 50s, your 60s, and then you got to walk with a cane and you got all these health problems. You got to take medication every day. No, you don't. If you take care of yourself now, you don't have to take care of yourself in the future. I tell people this, and I'm going to end it with this, right? Either you spend the money on living a healthy lifestyle now, you pay the farmer now, or you pay big pharma later. And I'm going to end with that. You choose. And that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys got something from the day call. Go out there and make something happen and start taking care of your health so that you can take care of your wealth, because you can't have one without the other.